what a performance. I
Yeah,
think even before even before the game started, we still had that like cautious anxiety of just saying, you know what, we're almost there, but let's not like get too comfortable. Anything
yeah.
can happen at this point. And I just need you to just kind of like briefly like, touch
Yeah,
on what you made of the game as a whole.
I like the approach to this game because you said yes, you wanted Hugo Bros to feel the strong team. I was a bit cautious about that. I was like, maybe I'd like to see a few rotations here and there, but he
Yep.
was like, no, this is an important game. These are very big 3 points. Let's make sure that we take them. And you could see with the lineup, Mokwena, even though the Lesotho FA were like, if you play him, we're gonna protest. Matala was like, no, no, that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna tell us what to do. Debs is gonna start. Talent Mbata also next to him. That's probably our best midfield at this point. And
Yeah.
the front line, bro. Apolis, Foster, Nkota. I feel like
Yep.
right now, the diversity in firepower that Hugo Bruce can pick from, bro, in the squad, it's a luxury at this point. It's a very great luxury to have. And TLP, udla ngaphambili, udla ngemuva. Again, another clean game from him. Also, his partner in at the back, Moloisane from Stellenbosch, performed well. Idiba Diba. Idiba Diba.
Yeah, listen to you. Listen to
We noted
you.
in the Stellenbosch game that hey, this brute, he had that Hugo Bruce wants him now. Now he's up for it. Now he's up for it. And
Yeah.
came up clutch with the assist. Unfortunately, Nico Mobi got injured. Fortunately,
Ish.
Tabisa Munyani has been called up to replace him for the Nigeria game. But his replacement, Zugom Duniel, I think had a great game. Overall, I feel as I mentioned, the approach to the game, bro. Like we business as usual, bro. Like we're not fluffing. It wasn't it's light work here. We're just gonna take it easy in the game. From first minute, there were times where Lesotho got at us, but we managed to steady the ship, and it was just cruise control from there.
I think there's this term that George Mokwena, a very big inspiration of ours and
Yeah,
a friend of the podcast,
yeah,
you know what I mean? He said he always likes to use the word a matured performance. He always
yeah,
likes to say when talking about like a performance that's very matured. And I like the fact that you touched on the fact that in the early couple of minutes, you're just thinking that, okay, this might be a bit cagey. Yes, we have confidence, but we're all as South Africans were just saying that ish. We haven't been in this situation in a long time. The last time we automatically qualified for World Cup was in 2002,
yeah.
which was a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken.
The last
And
golden
this
generation
is a
ever
new.
fun, actually.
That's what exactly.
Yeah,
So this is a new situation where we're all excited, but we're also just saying, "Come on, guys, let's just, it's like it's so close that you can reach it, but you kind of can't just help but say, ish. And I think I love the fact that they just kind of it was a very measured performance, as you said again, Mokwena and Mbata, who were just so. And again, seeing Mokwena on the lineup, I saw the press conference before the game where Hugo Bros was like, I'm not going to entertain nonsense.
yeah,
And one thing about Hugo Bros, he can be very snippy when he needs to. And I think that's probably been the best thing because I wouldn't have minded if they didn't field him just to like dispel any noise. We don't
yeah.
need any noise going into this week. It's a very big week for South African football, for Bafana Bafana. So, but he played an excellent game, really just like tempered all the performances. Again, Mbogazi, we've been waxing lyrical. We've been saying even in our Chiefs, sorry, our Pirates versus Sundowns reviews, we were constantly saying how this kid, he's going right to the top, and there you go. He starts starting place, and interesting that Ungezana wasn't the one that started as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what did you make of that decision or that choice specifically from Hugo Bros?
Now, I feel like this was the perfect game for him to introduce Muloisane because they are not
Mm-hmm.
international players. Him introducing Undamane from TS Galaxy, these guys got to an experience of being in the Bafana Bafana lineup, playing, donning
Yeah,
their country's jerseys. That was a great opportunity for them. But I definitely know that Ngezana is resting for the challenge of Ademola Lookman and Ozyman because he's playing in Europe right now. He's playing in the second tier
yeah,
of the highest level of European club competition. So he would know how to deal with players like Adamola Lookman and Victor
Yeah.
Osimhen, who are Champions League level players. So I think he was resting him for this game.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And also, Sipombule
Yeah.
started
I,
started the game, and
he had
Mhm.
those games, bro, where like you know what to expect, but you weren't expecting it for this one particularly because like he wasn't playing for
Specifically, yeah.
Pirates.
He hasn't been starting regularly. He's more of
Yeah,
like a bench option. Or and I think obviously with Tito out, I said, predicted 11. I started him just on the case of just like let's just do it for like, whatever. Like who
yeah,
maybe, and I see him starting the game and I'm like, wow, okay, Hugo Bros is really going for it. And I think it boded well because obviously now again Apollos on his preferred left wing, and I think again we're gonna touch on Apollos. I need to touch again on just on Umuhaungot. And I need to mention someone who left a comment on one of our preview video.
yeah.
Oli Bongeng Monsiso. I don't know. Sorry if I butchered your name, but he said, "How are you guys leaving out? How are we leaving Gota behind in the starting lineup?"
Yeah,
And I raised my hands. I think we kind of overshadowed. We just
yeah,
kind of said Rele and Apollos, and I mean, fair play. That I think that front, as you mentioned, that front line, that front four actually really just they gelled together in such a natural way. Obviously, Aubrey Mudiba also just in the mix as well. It looked so seamless. It looked
yeah,
like there was a cohesion within the team. And obviously, this is what 16 games with this specific squad unbeaten,
yeah,
and you can tell why. Like there's a solidification. The team genuinely are playing together. There's a confidence, but not an arrogance. It's a confidence of saying we know what we can do, but we still need to do the hard work. We're not
yeah.
over the line yet. And that's the performance that I got. And I don't know, man. I think I'm watching this game and I'm just saying, you know what, come on, bring on anyone at this
Bring
point.
on
Bring
anyone.
on Spain. Okay, but let me relax. But no, honestly, I'm just this was a performance that, as you said, it was light work, but this performance needed to be that comfortable. It needed to we didn't need a 2-1, we didn't need a KG first half. We needed goals, boom, immediately. First quarter of the first half, you already have your goal.
Yep,
Mohamed Kota, we're already in the mix. People are already singing, and I think even the second half, I think we didn't like. I think the pedal we took up our breaks off the pedal. Obviously,
yep,
naturally looking forward to the Tuesday game, and I just think the fact that we're in that type of position where we can bring on the likes of the Ikram Rainers, the Svili Willis, the Obases.
yeah.
That's that. I mean, like when was the last time? Like I can't tell you how exciting and optimistic because yeah, no, man. I think even for the country as well, you can tell that this is really just. We always kept on saying, imagine if Bafana were like the pride and joy of the country again.
Yeah.
Like really, just like people were just wearing Bafana shirts. Kids are actively going to Bafana games, and honestly, man, geez, obviously we're not over the line yet, but
We're
I think
not, we're
from a
not.
performance, we're not. But I think again, I think Lesotho, they had a lot to talk about. They were like saying a lot of things, and at the end of the day we dusted them off, light
Yeah.
work. With all due respect, we light work, and yeah, man, that was just an
I think
absolutely needed performance. Yeah. hmm
let's just talk about Osuna Polis, bro. His performances for the national team.
Consistent.
Yeah,
That's the word I can use. Consistent. I think he's had a tough go at Pirates. He's kind of needed to slowly embed himself into the team. I think we saw. I think the last game that they played, I think they won 3-0, and he had a very good game. And I said that going into this game, even though Pirates have had a very shaky start to the season, having those players be what's this? Having those players become like get form at the right time is going to be
yeah.
needed. And I think again, he really has just locked down that left wing to the point where even President Doma 2K can't even get a look in.
He's
And I'm
benched.
not even mad. I'm not even mad. I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Rele Mufokeng, we did say he's a big game player, but having that kind of an option off the bench and also knowing that Apollos has been good for us, Hugo Bros is saying, I'm not gonna just, bench this one. I'm gonna pay you off of what you've done so far,
hmm
and then naturally we're gonna. And I think again, what a well taken goal. I think even for Lyle Foster's goal, just like great work from Obi Mudiba once again,
Yeah.
and just like being at the right place at the right time. I think Foster looked very sharp. He looked very dangerous.
hmm
You can tell that he's really just getting back to his best form. That we once saw of him back at Pirates. And honestly, no man, it's credit to him, man. I don't know what it is about that yellow. It just kind of
Yeah.
gives him that vigor. Yeah,
And also, Unkota, bro, that right wing position was locked down by Elias Mokwena, but I
yeah,
feel like Nkota provides more threat, bro. I don't know. The reason I left him out, I don't know, but the reason I left him out of the starting 11 was because we haven't seen him much play for Bafana Bafana. But it seems like
mm,
the way the South African football like setup is built now is the fact that we can
yeah,
just chop and change, and it feels like the players still fit into the system. Hugo Bruce has built a system that will always
yeah.
bring out results. And previewing the Nigeria game, I would love to see
Hmm.
this front three get another shot at it. Number 10, I don't know if maybe the physicality of Nigeria would contribute to Hugo Bruce thinking maybe Super Mbula would be more efficient off the bench. But I reckon because of his performance right now and the fact that we're short of number 10s, Sipho Mbula will start. The midfield will be unchanged. Mbogazi will partner Ngezana, rightfully so. But I want to
Hmm.
see this front. I want to see this front three because it seems like you mentioned they were seamless. Dog. It seemed like there was a connection there. Those guys, they felt like
It
even when
was, yeah,
Costa
yeah,
came inside this one time and took a shot, there was no I'm 30. You should have passed me. It was one of those things where
yeah, yeah,
nice
yeah.
play. It seems like they're building a nice relationship there up front.
No, 100%. And it makes me excited because I think one thing that we haven't had as a national team is that consistency. We haven't been able to say a starting 11 off the top of our heads just
Yeah,
because naturally teams are always chopping and changing, which is how national teams work. But I think having that solidification of just having certain people in specific positions like the midfield, I think that even like, God willing, we go to the World Cup, which it seems like we are,
yeah,
that being our starting midfield, I want that. I think that back line, obviously when Khuluso Mudau is back and fully fit and just integrate into the team, on that right back position. I think genuinely, I think for me, that would really just bode well for us for the
yeah,
future, just in terms of for the consistency, even moving forward. Even obviously, AFCON is not too long.
yeah,
AFCON is not too long away. And I think Hugo Bros is also thinking about that as well in the back of his head. Obviously, him integrating the young players, as you mentioned before, that's going to be a really necessary thing because that squad depth, we're going to need it. We're definitely going to need it. And but yeah, just looking to the Nigeria game, um, I do agree that the physicality of Nigeria will be something that will test us massively. But I don't know, man. I just feel like again, we're playing at home, and it seems like the boys are as I was hoping, they used that home advantage. You could tell the people at home, they're singing, they're clapping.
yeah,
You can see the flashlights. It's a beautiful scene. I just have to say, just as a South African, I'm jealous. I'm thinking I want to go to Bloemfontein right
yeah,
now. I want to be there. I want to be able to experience this. And I think more than anything, you have to give massive credit to Hugo Bros. I think before anything else, I think obviously we will touch on like his impact like more in depth, like once it's all said and done. But I think
yeah,
for now, massive credit to Hugo Bros and just his ability to create that consistency. And yeah, no, now it's game time. It's
yeah.
showdown, and obviously Nigeria will be playing Rwanda tonight. We're hoping for a cheeky draw.
I'll be
Rwanda,
there. I'll be
I've
there.
always
Hate
trusted you.
watching.
Visit
Definitely 6 o'clock. I'll be there.
visit Rwanda, guys. Visit Rwanda. Honestly, like yeah. But no, jokes aside, no. Even if Nigeria, I think it's in our hands.
Yeah,
I think people. Another thing that the narrative that people have been saying: no calculators, no like having to like see how things, it's in our hands. We just need to do our job and get it done, and there you go. Our tickets are sealed, our passports are stamped, and that's it. And more than I'm just happy, man. Just genuinely, I think any of the people that have been watching, I would imagine they're probably happy as well,
yeah.
just seeing such a confident performance. So yeah, man, it's beautiful.
And bro, I feel like we've covered everything that we needed to cover for this
Yeah.
Lesotho game. Would you change the lineup for the Nigeria game? What changes would you make?
Uh, I would bring in Ngezana. I
Yeah,
think, as you did say again, I think that his physical presence and the experience of being able to play against like tricky high level opposition could be. But I wouldn't mind if it is an unchanged 11. But I think maybe Ngezana coming in, I wouldn't mind keeping Umbule. I think, his cute, neat footballing, we know what he can do, especially in those half spaces. With that front four, it seems like they were able to kind of get a cohesion.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, otherwise, that was just our brief summation of the game. And yeah, please, guys, we see you commenting, we see you interacting, we appreciate it massively. Please keep on laying comments, positive, negative, everything. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we will be here covering every ounce of all the games, and definitely that Nigeria game. We will be looking forward to it. But yeah, that we just wanted to share our brief thoughts on the game. And Bafana Bafana, we're almost there.
Yeah.
Just one more night, 190-minute game away. So, as I said again, all the South Africans, let's just rally together. Let's just do it to all the other the Nigerians. Wash out. We don't go here. We don't go beat you. Okay, no, let me chill out. But no, on a serious note, now thank you guys. And yeah, for myself, Mo and VJ at No Foul Plays today. Stay tuned in.